Deb Plum with Sugar Plum Candles, or lovingly known as MawMaw. So, just real quick before we get into the interview, I wanted to let you guys know that I sell my marshmallow shears again. So you can get the painted, you can get the already made white, and then you can paint it yourself. Or if you want your ultimate do-it-yourself kit, you can get your DIY kit and build it yourself and paint it yourself. So I started my business about a year or two ago. I started my business about 3 years ago, and I've learned a lot over the years. I've learned what does and doesn't sell, how to make stuff, how not to make stuff. So we're going to interview Deb today and see how she's doing with her new small business. Hi, Mama.
Hi, Bud.
Okay, so, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you said, I'm Deb Plum, and known as MawMaw to a lot of people. And I currently live in Willow Street. I grew up in southern Lancaster County. I was originally from Chester County, but I grew up in southern Lancaster County, and then we moved to the Gap area. And about 3 years ago, we downsized and moved to Willow Street. And we have 4 kids, and they're all grown, and we have 4 grandkids. And yeah, so we have a little doggie named Ava, who's a Yorkshire Terrier. So she's our child now.
So we have been watching your Wolf Wednesdays.
Wolf Wednesdays, yes. Ava's the star on my Facebook page on Wednesdays. There's always a picture of Ava, and the question has something to do with your pet.
Okay, so what made you want to start your own small business?
I thought about starting a small business for a while. I just wasn't quite sure. I like crafts. I like making things, but I wasn't sure which direction I wanted to go because there's a million people out there making things. I've always loved candles, and when an opportunity came along to purchase kind of a not a candle business per se, but at least all the things I would need to make candles, it sounded like a really good idea. I thought, well, why not? I've always loved candles. I specifically like soy candles, which is what we make, and it just sounded like a good idea.
Okay. And just real quick, can you tell us the difference between paraffin and soy candles?
Yes, Mike, our candles are made from 100% soy wax, which is made from soybeans, which is a renewable source. Paraffin candles are made from, derived from oil, which is not a renewable source. And another thing about soybean candles is they help farmers because farmers grow the soybeans the wax is made from.
Okay. Have you always wanted to own your small business? Oh wait, did I already ask that?
Next one.
Oh yeah, I already asked that. I already asked that. Sorry, my first time interviewing. Okay. What do you sell, and where do you normally sell? Like craft shows, online?
Well, we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, so what do I sell? We sell soy candles. So we make them in these cute little mason jars. So we have an 8-ounce size, and we also make a smaller size, which is a 4-ounce. So these are all made with soy wax. So we have 2 things. And we also make melt if you don't want to have a lit candle around, if you have small children, if you have pets maybe you're concerned about. These go in the melters that use, most of them use a like a light bulb to melt the wax. You just drop this in. So we also make soy melts also. All the scents that we offer, we make in candles and melt. So what do I sell? Well, right now I'm selling online because we're in the middle of a pandemic and there are no craft shows to sell at. In the future, I'd like to sell at craft shows. As some of the smaller businesses open back up that maybe have storefronts, I'd like to maybe get into a few of those and maybe sell my candles in those as, whenever we get to that time in this whole situation that we're in right now.
Okay. Let's see. How has it been starting the business during the pandemic?
Starting a business in a pandemic. Well, I probably wouldn't recommend it, but I kind of had this in the works before this became a pandemic. I mean, it's kind of around, but you know, you don't really think of these things going the direction this has gone, like that, you know, your state is virtually shut down. So it actually has gone really well. I mean, it was a little scary, but I already had the paperwork all done. I already had all my business supplies. I thought about holding off since this was just going from bad to worse. But then I thought, well, why not? I already have everything. Might as well just go for it and see how it goes. And it's gone really well. Obviously, candles are not a needed thing. So probably some people who would normally buy candles probably aren't buying them because of job loss and, you know, these sorts of things. But it's gone really, really well. Selling online is going well. We offer local pickup, no contact local pickup if you're, you know, if you live close enough, or we also ship, and that's been going really well. So it's a little interesting, but it's gone well. Like I said, I don't know if I'd recommend starting a business in a pandemic, but it just kind of went that way, and we're just going for it, just going with the flow.
Yeah. What have you learned, and what works and doesn't work for you?
What works and doesn't work. Well, since obviously I can't sell in person at craft shows or other events, obviously online selling works. You know, you just have to find your customers, and that works. I originally was going to go with a lot more styles of jars or containers for my candles, and I decided just to go simple. So I get the mason jars, and I actually get those at a local business called Fillmore here in Lancaster County. And so I just go with the simple mason jars and the melts. We might branch out to a couple of other things here in the future, but I think staying simple works. My candles are really simple. We don't put dye in them, so they all are the color of the soy wax. We don't add scent additives or scent enhancers. So our candles are pretty much soy wax and the fragrance oil. We use all cotton wicks. They don't have any lead in them. So I think staying simple has worked for us. I don't do custom labels for every candle with the scent. I got logo labels printed up by a company, and those go on every candle. And then I just do the scent labels on the back of my candles. And I have had several people comment that they like that because they like to see their candle burning rather than a big label across the front of their candle. So that's for us. So I think staying simple has worked. What hasn't worked? I haven't really ran into a lot of issues yet. The only thing that I found was when I have leftover wax, I have silicone molds, and I pour them into to make little samples, and we send a couple of these in all our orders. So I had them all thrown in a basket. Well, the problem is, I mean, these little Ziploc bags aren't like a mason jar with a lid that fits super tight. So what I was finding was your stronger scents, like this one I have in my hand, a cinnamon stick, which is one of your stronger scents, kind of affecting the others. So I separated them all out into their own little boxes at my shipping table. So when I grab a couple out, they're not affected by, say, a stronger scent. So that's probably the only thing that I found so far that has been an issue. I haven't had any issue with shipping or anything. I wrap every jar in bubble wrap. I fill the rest of the box with peanuts. So far, cross our fingers, we haven't had any breakage in shipping. Pickup's gone really well. Everyone's cool with the no contact pickup. I have a deck box outside my house, and people just, you know, they tell me when they're coming. I have a cooler. One thing we might anticipate having a little trouble with is, you know, it's going to be getting warmer. So I have to think about that in terms of candles. So we might have to adjust how we ship or that kind of thing. Pickup's not so bad because, like I said, I have a cooler. I put ice packs in. If people kind of give me a time frame when they're coming, their order's really not out there that long, and it's in a cooler with ice packs. Shipping through the postal service is kind of out of my hands. I don't know how long it's going to be sitting somewhere. So we might have to do some adjustments adjustments here as time goes on and it gets warmer. But so far, not too many hiccups.
Okay. Last question. What are your plans for your business moving forward after the pandemic and stuff?
The pandemic. Well, like I said, I would love to go to some craft shows. So hopefully at some point this year, those are going to be happening. Um, People like candles all year round, but specifically, or a lot of people like them at the holidays. They like fall scents, and they're very popular for Christmas and those holidays. So I really like to get to craft shows. And like I said, if other small businesses open up, um, who have, a variety of products, I'd like to get my candles into maybe a couple of little stores. And like I said, we started simple. We just do mason jars right now. But I'm looking at branching into a different style jar that might be like a little more masculine than a mason jar, and doing some more masculine kinds of scents, so we don't forget about the men out there. So that's kind of where I see myself going. We're always adding new scents. I ask for suggestions, kind of do a little research on that and add scents. And other than that, that's kind of where I see myself going right now.
Okay. Well, that's all of our questions. Thank you so much for interviewing. To anybody who's watching this, her candles smell amazing. I took the lid off of my Lemon Biscay candle. I didn't even light it and I could smell it. It's amazing. So
thank you, Bud.
Yeah, totally. Well, it was nice talking to you. If anybody has any questions, you can ask questions about her products on her Facebook page, or you can ask any questions on my Facebook page. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks, Bud.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. There we go.